Thursday, September 23, 1999. Death sentence for Texas racist Lawrence Brewer, sentenced by all-white jury. White supremacist Lawrence Russell Brewer has been condemned to death for a brutal racist murder. A 12-member, all-white jury in Brighton, Texas, decided Brewer's fate on Thursday following more than 14 hours of deliberations over 2 days. Brewer, 32, now faces death by lethal injection for killing James Byrd last year near Jasper, Texas. James Byrd was the victim of a brutal race murder. In one of the grisliest racial crimes since the civil rights era, Mr. Byrd was beaten up and chained to a pickup truck before being dragged along the road for 3 miles, 5 kilometers. His body was decapitated when it hit a concrete sewer. Brewer had claimed in court that although he was present that night, he took no part in the killing. Another defendant in the case, John William King, 24, has been on death row since his conviction in February for Mr. Byrd's murder. A third man, Sean Allen Berry, 24, is awaiting trial next month. Admits joining supremacists. The killing shocked the U.S. and was condemned by President Bill Clinton. Prosecutors said they believe the 3 men killed Mr. Byrd, 49, to promote their fledgling white supremacist organization, the Confederate Knights of America, and initiate Berry into the group. In his evidence, Brewer blamed the other 2 for the killing on June 7. Last year, he said King had started the fight with Mr. Byrd, and Mr. Berry had slashed the victim across the throat before chaining him to the bumper of the pickup truck. Brewer told the jury he had kicked Mr. Byrd but he had no intention of killing nobody. But he did admit to joining the Confederate Knights of America while serving time in a Texan prison with King. Brewer's father had argued in court that his son had joined the racist gang which carried out the killing, only after being brutalized and abused by black inmates in prison. Texas executes man in 1998 dragging death. September 21, 2011. Texas execution. One of 3 people convicted in the 1998 dragging death of a black man in Jasper, Texas, was executed Wednesday night for his part in the slaying, the Associated Press has reported. The racially motivated killing of James Byrd Jr. stunned the nation, sparking protests, inspiring the movie Jasper, Texas, and leading to state and federal hate crime legislation. One of Byrd's sisters planned to be in Huntsville, Texas, for the execution. Another planned to hold a prayer vigil in Jasper, according to the Beaumont Enterprise. The night he was killed, Byrd had accepted a ride home from a white man he knew, Sean Berry, then 24, and 2 of Berry's friends, John King, then 23, and Lawrence Brewer, then 31. King and Brewer were later identified as white supremacists. Brewer, now 44, was the one scheduled for execution. Instead of taking Byrd home, the men drove him down a remote county road, beat him unconscious, urinated on his body, chained him by his ankles to the truck and dragged him for 3 miles. When the truck made a hard turn at a bend in the road, Byrd's head struck a cement culvert and he was decapitated. The 3 men then dumped his remains in front of an African-American cemetery and went to a barbecue. The 3 were later tried and convicted of Byrd's murder. Brewer and King received the death penalty, while Berry was sentenced to life in prison. King is appealing his sentence, but Brewer had no appeals pending. Late Wednesday, a spokeswoman for the Texas Attorney General's office told The Times. In a July interview with Beaumont's KFDM-TV, the first Brewer has granted since he was convicted in 1999, he admitted driving the truck but said he was not responsible for killing Byrd. "I know in my heart I participated in assaulting him, but I had nothing to do with the killing as far as dragging him or driving the truck or anything," Brewer said. Brewer told KFDM that he was willing to die. Time for the death penalty. "I feel that if you take a life you should pay for it by taking your own life if you're actually guilty of taking a life," Brewer said. He also said that for him, the death penalty will be a relief. "This is a good out for me," he said. "I don't want a life sentence, period. With or without a role. I wouldn't be happy with that."